little fish. I say, Lord, be my savior when it comes to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't save us. Say amen. Amen, 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 yeah. Amen. That boys and they can't win. Can't win, can't win, can't win, can't win. Check, 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 check. Gonna, gonna, gonna. We in this, we gonna. Gonna, gonna, gonna. Tell it like my persona. Gonna, gonna, gonna. Remember them was honest. We used to drive them Hondas. Now we pull up in the furnace. Glow up, walk in, walk in. Show up, baby, hold up, glow up, boy, don't touch, we glow up, yeah. I'm laughing to the bank, all new blue Benny Franks, pulled up on him in the tank, yeah. That guy just a rap guy, I'm so mad fly, he ain't. Let me back, I gave me.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we have an offense that keeps itself on the field. The Jags are top 10 in converting third down opportunities, and they'll be up against the Dolphins' defense looking to knock that conversion rate down.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins, and he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Dolphins rush, gets home, down he goes. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks, and here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 57 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. To throw here. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Tackle can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second down following the run.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Silva. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Play fake here on first down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And out come the Dolphins now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Over the middle to Beckham. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Good throw there to start the second possession. Maybe help erase the memory of the interception he threw first possession.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time now there's a communication between the head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach. All right, we got to get him settled. It's not easy after you've thrown a pick 6. You might want to just run the football, but I think in most cases you want to give him easy throws that he's comfortable with to get him going again. And it's not necessarily just throwing one or 2 yards. What throws does he like to make? Give him a couple of those. And get him going.
Definitely looked like one he was comfortable with on the last throw. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. Skirts by him at the 35. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 34 yards there at a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here we go now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And now a first down following that long gain.
All right, here we go. No. Check.
Back to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So the sack on first down there by the defense, and now it's second down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll drop to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And Myers able to knock it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to have a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. He'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. But he'll return this ball across midfield. To the 47-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Escaping the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll set up to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw on second down, Silva. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
They run the counter now on first down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. A beautiful fake. Still going. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Hey, we all know it's turned into a passing league in the NFL, but that doesn't mean people still don't like to run the football. When you run it that successfully, your offensive line is fired up. What they want to do each and every game is run block. Get out and smack some people. I would say go ahead and run it again.
He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability, as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Looking to throw on second down. Silva. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have two remaining here before we get to halftime. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington, and the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Second down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see. Operating from the gun, Silva. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Fielded at about the 28. Able to avoid him at the 40. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but, boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's third and very long.
Here we go now.
Now back to throw. He's going to air one out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Stays on his feet. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
To throw on second down. Silva. Well, pressure gets to him again. So we hit the halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Elsewhere on this Sunday in the NFL, they're in the second quarter in Detroit, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the gun, Silva. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Let's go. 3-19.
Operating from the gun, Silva. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
It's taken to the 26. Jaguars.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Off the bootleg. Silva. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 42. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season
December.
of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They're going to look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. They'll look to throw now on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it first and goal. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Back to throw here. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. So now here come the Dolphins. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's... what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Green, 39.
From the gun, Silva. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It's a big play for the Dolphins here on 3rd down. And even 40 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Here we go now. Green.
Throwing on first down, Silva. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They have, by the way, gone to the third quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. The play clock's running down. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And this is a blowout so far. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This from 36 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. They have, by the way, gone to the third quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And on 2nd and 10 now. Operating from the gun, Silva. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. And they give this time to the tailback. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Brad Nortman now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the 4th quarter now. And that one is now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Cardinals. If they could win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Here we go now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check. Check. Check.
They run the counter now on first down. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Seven yards to go on second down.
Tight, tight. Watch left. Tight, tight. All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. Silva. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Dolphins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Silva. He finds Beckham complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the gun, Silva. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the fourth quarter now. And the Cardinals have scored to add on to that lead. If they can win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season.